Fangs of Fire here, and welcome to another Dracula match. Today I am going to be playing as Dracula against Wckaczek. Now Wckaczek and I were originally scheduled to play during week 4, but since Wckaczek's week 1 opponent, I think a newcomer called Chernim, had developments that made him unable to play him in this first week, he decided to speed it up since I have quite an open schedule. So let's see what I've got here. This definitely looks to be go to an extremity and put down Aristocratic plus Saboteur sort of hand. Then put down Wolves, and after that put down Wolves and Body Mob for things that are fine if they get wiped, and if they don't, well, then I get stuff. So he's gone with a superhero start. Where to begin? Where to begin? I think I'll place the vampire at... Barcelona. It's a start that I haven't done in a while, so perhaps I can get away with it. Scouts, okay. Okay. Sofia and Valona, yeah, checking some of the most common Eastern starting locations. Oh, and an Eagle Presence too. Nice. It's good that he's... Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, well, good to know for sure that he has it, rather than have to guess whether or not he has it. But note to self, Wckaczek has RV. Wckaczek is a very excellent player. In the League of Dracula 2023, he was the runner-up. This was when Scotswood didn't compete. He was runner-up to the World Champion of 2023, Pete's Wizard, and it was only by IDS that Pete's Wizard beat him. So I'm facing one of the players who is, in my opinion, top 3 in the community. So this is going to be a very difficult game to win. Yeah, then once I've placed the once I've placed the Saboteur with Hyde, I go back up to Toulouse and then start dancing around in the middle of the board. We'll see. As I've said in previous videos, with Dracula you kind of just gotta play it by ear. Choose what to do based on how they're positioned. Oh, Aggie? Okay. That will prove annoying. Unless I can just evade him permanently, which is unlikely. Being able to evade Wckaczek permanently is, especially since he does have a renewed vigor, will be a very challenging task, to say the least. Okay. Misdirect. And then hide. Lay down Saboteur. Oh, shame I couldn't have laid down that. That would have been a nice way to protect the vampire. The downside on hiding on your first encounter is that it leaves one extra day where newspapers draw immediately function can score a hit. Since if the hide card is in the third spot, it reveals that it's hide and the spot with it. So it reveals both fourth and third in that particular circumstance. Stake discard this early. That's interesting. Okay, Rufus Smith. Okay. Checking Amsterdam start. Which I considered doing, but nah. Too well known. What's Van Helsing waiting for? Aren't you going to spy? I don't see why he wouldn't. Yeah. So what do I place next? Probably the wolves. It gets me wolves help me get information, so yeah. Bats? Okay. Alright, newspaper day. Will they get the newspaper? I don't know. I'm hoping not, but we'll see. Dogs. Discard. Okay. Okay. Eagle presence again. Nice. So I could now try going into Spain. Like going Saragossa, Santander, Bordeaux. Like, if I really felt like trying to put down some bats to, like, for if he tries to move by road to Barcelona, but considering that he can move by rail just fine, I doubt that will be much use. And Mina could always draw local rumors, as we haven't had either of those yet. Yeah, but getting these proxy events out of the way early is nice. And getting any events that could give the hunters info later helps, for that matter. Okay. Alright. I think I'll go with Marseille and lay down a bats there. And then next I'll lay down another vampire to bat the hunter, or rather I'll go Geneva, Zurich, or Clonfelman Geneva. We'll see. But I'll put a vampire next to a Marseille. So I have quite a few options where I could do that. I think if I go Geneva, Clermont-Ferrand, Paris, Strasbourg, do something like that, perhaps. Yeah, wait for Wckaczek to get back from. Yeah, so at least he didn't get perfect timed newspaper. Yes, he could still get a newspaper that reveals my first encounter is, but at least it's still not perfectly timed newspaper, and that will mean that I will have, and that would mean that I will at least have time to. He'll have to respond more quickly, which may mean that the saboteur, or rather, he'll have less time to respond with hunters who are not close by. Yeah. In retrospect, I probably should have gone Clermont-Ferrand first, then Marseille, especially since Marseille is not unlikely to be scouted at some point. If he draws another scouts. But hey. It's early game, so a small mistake like that is unlikely to cost me the game. Besides, it leaves for some variety of where I go next if he does find me. And also, if he finds simply Marseille, where did I come from? So it's not that big a deal. So Mina does have a stake. The question will be, does she have a forewarned or a dog to stop being delayed if she gets there when the vampire is here? Did he get... The biggest question for me right now is, did he get an early newspaper? Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Oh, Warcraft. Oh, hello, Warcraft. Warcraft. Long time no see. Oh, Warcraft. Long time no see. It's been a long time since I've seen Warcraft about. Okay. Not gonna stay and watch Warcraft? Okay. 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 Yeah. Sorry for this long pause, but as you saw, apparently I had to go to the bathroom real quick. Although it wasn't exactly real quick, but but one way or another, in terms of how good I already mentioned that Wckaczek is, in my opinion, like among the top 3 players of the community. He didn't compete in last year's league, but the year before that, as I said, he was runner-up to runner-up to Pete's Wizard in 2023, and lost only by IDS. So he's a difficult opponent. When he's playing Drac, he's well known for lair stratagems, but as a hunter, he's more or less a traditional hunter, and therefore it's not too hard to predict what he's going to do. But nonetheless, very difficult to beat. Come now. I will want to cut this part out of the video once I have uploaded it. Shall indeed. So that people who view it won't have to watch this big moment of nothingness. The early game the first week is typically already boring enough in spectator mode, that it's not really something you want to just sit around doing nothing. Needless to say. Wckaczek says he's on his way back now, but not sure. Not sure what took it so long, but what is. Alright, there we go. Oh, Heavenly Hostess card. That's interesting. Okay, no newspapers. Come on. And of course, you may have one for Dawn tomorrow, but I see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 events in hand that I don't know what they are. Okay, so that's no newspaper, no immediate newspaper to reveal this, to reveal Barcelona, that's good. But we're now moving into the day where, once they do their night actions, we'll be moving into the day where they can do the dawn on or dusk function. Yeah, let's go. So where exactly shall I begin? I think we'll go with Geneva, or no, we'll go Clonfelland, Geneva, Zurich, and then after that do a wolf form. At least if things go according to plan. Then again, if things go according to plan, those bats will get wiped. But, well, Geneva and Clonfelland, Geneva and Zurich are two of the best spots to wolf form from in the game, so... So I'll go here, lay down a mob. Now we can start just doing a gauntlet of vampires. Oh, new newspaper. Excellent. Another stake discarded. Nice. That's now all the holy bullets accounted for. Oh, scouts. So, Nantes and Florence. So perhaps I should go to Nantes now. It's always fun to go somewhere just after someone checks a place. So I could do that, but we'll think about it to be sure. Has hypnosis, okay. I'll go with Geneva. Now we place a reckless vampire. Yeah, there's still 2 stakes unaccounted for. Well, 1, because I know where that Mina has one of them. Newspaper. Okay, so he gets to know the last spot that's about to get wiped. And then he knows that now that it's Marseille. I think that he would have ideally liked that after the mature, because next to Marseille is not the most helpful information in the world. So I think he probably would have liked that as his first draw tomorrow. But he'll take what he can get. So I lose a Saboteur, a Wolves, and a Bats. Ain't true. Let me see the second. Very true. Yeah, that is fortunate for me that I managed to get off an aristocratic vampire and he didn't get in the newspaper. Because with 3 copies of newspaper reports in the deck, there's at the beginning of the game you have a 1 in 25 chance of drawing it. And as you get deeper in the deck, the odds just increase. Okay, let me see. Do I return back to Marseille? I could do a reckless vampire plus a fog, but that will hardly work now that he knows the general vicinity of where I am. I mean, well, then again, he kind of doesn't. I'm a wolf. As far as he knows, I could be Nuremberg, Florence, Nantes. I could even be back at Saragossa now, for all he knows. Well, I suppose I couldn't, as he knows. He will have known, since it was Barcelona. He can easily put 2 and 2 together to know that I went to Toulouse. Okay, but let's see. What do we do? We'll, let's hide now and go with a double reckless here. Make it a little bit harder to clear. Excellent weather. Okay. Okay. So someone's bound to be moving to Geneva next turn. Yeah, it's time to do a wolf form. Mystic Research. 1 Dracula event. I'm considering how many he was getting earlier, that's fair. Nocturnal Visit. Okay. So Mia does have a horse. She also has a stake. What else? Okay. We'll go with... So, 2 away from Marseille. He knows that... I mean, he doesn't necessarily... He might check Strasbourg. Yeah. I think I'd actually best prepare to go to sea. Strange though it may seem. We'll go with a mob. Rumor token this. Because I think it's likely that he'll check spots like Strasbourg and Venice this turn. Because he knows that he knows that this is a spot. Yeah, I don't think he'll check Marseille itself yet. Reckless Empire. Okay. So I know that Seward has a horse and a stake. Question is, what else? Well, Fangs. Okay, he did dodge. Unfortunately, Fangs was the only good move that I had. I suppose we claw. Yeah. I could have strengthed, but I didn't want to miss if he did it. But I didn't want to miss if he did escape. Okay, we'll go with strength now. We gotta play a bit defensive. Dodge, okay. He seems to be focusing on me not getting a point, so I'll mez. And well, knife just kills me if I do anything else, so let's just hope they didn't punch. Good. Good. Let's just do escape his bat. He'll have to play another escape his bat and reveal what his last item is if he's to kill it. So let's hope that I get a better combat hand with this one. So Seward has horse, stake, knife, and one other card. Presumably, I am going to assume that it's a heavenly host. Strength. Because he seemed to be speaking the language of let's kill it. Oh, darn. Could have gone in 2 damage. Oh well. Good job mixing it up by him, for sure. So now I go to Zurich, because that's where Seward just was. Or I think I wolf form now. Wolf form from RSA has adequate options. An adequate number of options, so so he's got surprising return, summon back Rufus Smith if he wants to. Yeah, with Aggie in play, I don't want to bait them into a fight, that's for sure. Okay, which one are you staking? He has to night fight the other one. Yeah, obviously he stakes the real one. But now we night fight, and hopefully I can, at the very least, get... Oh, escape route? I mean, he had to burn 2 cards to deal with that, so... it's similar to if he just did double stake. But burning an escape route is quite nice. That's quite nice for me. I know that he has renewed vigor, so if I do wolf form, what do I do with that? And in terms of heavenly hosts, I know that he doesn't have all of them. So I could go to Florence, try to go down to the boot. Do I try for Zurich? He'll likely have Wckaczek Genoa. Seward can finally find Clonferrand, and then, or Seward may look at Strasbourg, since he'll want to know where I went after Geneva. I think I should be able to get away with this, but just in case, I'll lay down the fog. Let's not... If I'm going to take a risk like this, with him having a renewed vigor, I really want the fog. Surprising return. Rufus Smith. No. But, okay, so he was checking if I went Strasbourg, Nuremberg. Okay. Let's hope that he remembers the fact that he came from Zurich to go to Geneva. I mean, he likely will. And I think his first priority is finding this place, because he'll worry about a hoax, because he knows that the worst thing I could get is Nocturnal Visit, which is actually a reasonably good card. 9. We have 9 Drac events in the discard, with a 10th one on top. So if he supplies at all, he'll increase my chances of finding something good with a hoax. So therefore, he'll want to deal with that. Speedy Telegraph. Okay. So, is he doing Wounded Vigor too? Yep, he is. Okay. Doing a supply with Guldomning. Interesting. What about doing it with other folks first? Because what if I'm in a location where Guldomning will need horses and a move to get to me? Interesting. Ah. Okay. Yeah, I call my bluff. But the question is, what's the forewarn situation? And it's still early enough with me being at full HP that I might be able to survive even a 3-on-1. I've done it before. But with Aggie in play, that admittedly, okay, I'm gonna put Stewart to the test. Darn. There are quite a few different ways that Van Helsing would have to have he can't get here with any normal tickets. As that would be 3 yellow he would need. But if he has chartered carriage or sense of emergency, he can get there. Mina can get there simply by, however, in order for Mina to get there, railing to the one place that's 2 away that I haven't been to. Because otherwise I would have been able to ambush her with a mob. Oh. Then Helsing has the last horse. Okay. That's news. Oh. Oh, slow horse on Mina. Good. That makes it only a 3-on-1 rather than a 4-on-1. That's one piece of good news at least. And now Stewart, I assume, will just... Well, Stewart will likely either trade or just heal. What's with Scotsword 2, I wonder? Lucy's Revenge, okay. I'm going to have to, like, fang a heavenly host or something to survive this. Yeah. So let me see. I think we'll go with Strength Van Helsing first. Yeah, I figured that he would do some sort of anti-claw weapon. Made the most sense because he's the one hunter that I can double claw to kill. Knife. Okay. And punch. Okay, so that's not so bad in terms of how much damage I took for one round, given the circumstances. So, let's remember that there's at most 2 heavenly hosts in this fight. Seward has stake, knife. I am assuming that Seward's last item is a heavenly host. I don't have any fangs, so I gotta just play offense here. Oh, it has another one, huh? No holy bullets, at least. Oh, and he has double knife. Okay. So, Goldaming doesn't have a heavenly host. Okay, yeah, I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do about it. If there wasn't Lucy's Revenge, I could escape his mist and barely survive. But... Gee, well played. Yeah, this just sucks, unfortunately. At least I matured a rumored vamp, so the IDS's loss is minimal. Gee, well played. Very standard mature rumored vampire and then die situation. Yeah. Unfortunate, but first Wckaczek, I kind of expected no less. To be able to at least minimize the IDS that's good. But if I had gotten a fanged that combat, then perhaps I could have Mez then fanged Van Helsing, got him out of the fight, which would have meant that I could have parried other people's stuff. And then I would have a better chance of survival. But in the end, a good game. See you all next time, folks. Alright.